Thank you, Lando. Thanks to all of you. Let's now throw this open to the broadcasters. Who is first, please? Yeah, Craig.
Yeah, Craig Slater, Sky Sports. A question for Fernando. You talked about driver rumours. There were obviously rumours potentially linking you with either Red Bull or maybe Mercedes. Were there any exploratory talks? How serious were they, if there were? And were they working maybe to a different time scale for you? Did you want to get your future sorted out before they potentially wanted to get their drivers for next year in place?
Well, as I said last week, I think there is no point to really talk too much because now it's done and I'm with Aston, and I will like to talk only about Aston. And as I said last week, there were some talks with everyone, as I think it is normal for everyone in this moment, but they were just light conversations.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Hi, Joe. Mariana Becker from TV Band. Yesterday I was around and then a girl asked me about you. She didn't know much about racing, but she knew everything about you. When did you realize that you became famous here?
I'll probably say last year. It's every year, obviously, the first time you become my F1 driver, of course, when our country, this year, countrymen racing different sports, especially Formula 1, when there's only 20 drivers on the grid, and then they start to focus, of course, on their drivers from their where their city or their country is from. So it's great to see the fan base is building up quite a lot. And also, for me, I think you always have, let's say, the fans has been following motorsport for ages, since probably 2010 or these years when we had the Chinese Grand Prix. But then it's great to have maybe fans that have different interests in other topics and then started to follow that because of you. I think for me, the most important part is just for the history of background motorsports scenario here. It's not being, let's say, the most popular sports in China. Of course, everybody know our country is, let's say, ping pong, football, basketball. These things are very famous, popular. And for people, maybe it's quite easy to play or to reach, but then motorsport for them is always like quite a high luxury end of a sport. But I think everyone can still involve, have that as an interest, and that's why I'm here for, one of the reasons. And it's great to see a lot of people coming supporting, not just on the racetrack, also off track, to see them be there when you have activities. It's just great to feel this energy.
Yeah, Rodriguez from DAZN Spain. A question to Alonso. Do you feel that Aston Martin is developing the team and the car all around you, like the main figure of the team?
I don't think so. I think Lance and myself, we are trying to help the team as much as we can. I think we have two different driving styles. In some conditions, we have two different feelings with the car. I think Lance is a lot more sensitive to things than what I am, which is I think very important for the team. I think the analysis that Lance can reach and can feed back to the team is crucial to us and to improve the car. I'm a little bit insensitive to things sometimes, and this is not a good thing. I think both we are trying to help Aston as much as we can, and I think the direction that we develop the car and we finalize normally the setups on a weekend is exactly the same. So we arrive to the same conclusion, maybe in a different way, and I think those two different styles is just a good thing for Aston.
Fernando, where do you lack sensitivity?
Well, I think sometimes I drive the car around the problems that we have, and that's sometimes a good thing because I can drive any car at any moment and extract the 90% of it. But to reach the 100% of the potential of the car, sometimes I'm not able to do without, as I said, sometimes the help from my teammate on special details on the setup or balance problems here and there. So I think we benefit from each other in many different ways, and this is a good thing at the moment.
Thank you. All right, next one, Dave. Yeah.
David Croft, Sky Sports F1. Another question to you, Joe. Some things in life are worth waiting for, and you've been waiting for this moment for a couple of years longer than you first thought. So take us through what your emotions, what you feel they might be standing on the grid, listening to the anthem on Sunday. And it's a two-part question. What are you doing at the moment to make sure this isn't the last time you race in your home Grand Prix?
Yeah, firstly, my first race I watched back in the day, 2004, the man sitting next to me was racing already. Can't imagine how he, still here, racing at a very high level. But for me, of course, it's been 20 years waiting into this Grand Prix. And yeah, let's say that this journey has been not extremely easy, just because where I'm coming from, and also, trying to win at least a lot of races in other Federer series to be here. And then once you're in F1 every year, of course, when you realize that the home race is not happening for 2 years in a row, you try to kind of do your best to maintain your seat and then to be here today. So for me, of course, I'm still focused on my job, like I always said. I know this is very, let's say, mix of emotions going into this weekend, especially when we have, on Sunday with the national anthem going on, and also the memory, quickly reflect on your mind. But as much as I am as a race driver, I think the most important critical thing is to do the right job on track, which is try to score in points, give a maximum I have on the package, on the car we have, which, I feel like we have potential, even though it's not the track I know the best in terms of just the layout, never been drove here in a single seater. But I still, feel like we have a good opportunity with the format. And from my side, I think we just focus on that, and hopefully that's not going to be the only one, because I'm, planning hopefully to stay here as long as I could. And everybody loves to be having a long career in Formula One. That's where we dream to be. So yeah, let's get over this weekend in a positive way. Hopefully, reach some good results on Sunday.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, Diego.
Diego Mejia, Fox Sports Mexico. A question to Fernando, and if any other driver wants to comment. How will you change your approach with the new format on the sprint weekend, having a race and 3 hours and a half later qualifying session that's going to be decisive for Sunday, if that changes the approach and also the parc fermé rules?
I don't think it's going to change much the approach to any other sprint weekend that we had last year. We only have now the opportunity after the sprint race to change the car. So everything that we maybe learn on the qualifying and that mini race, we may change things for the rest of the weekend. That will be the only freedom that we have now, and it will be used for sure.
Esteban, can we just get your thoughts on the approach to the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really different to any other sprint weekends. It's just that here we haven't been here for a while, for sure. So FP1 is going to be crucial before you get to that first sprint qualifying. Luckily, if things go wrong, in that first stage of the weekend, you can always change the setup back, which is a new thing. So yeah, probably a little bit more experimental things you can try, for that first stage of the weekend. But otherwise, yeah, it's not a huge difference.
Thanks both. Okay, yep.
Rodriguez from DAZN again. A question to Charles. Both drivers in Ferrari are doing a super good job this year. But Carlos has been in front in their 3 races he has raced. Is he adapting better to the car, or what do you think?
No, I think it's as simple as he's doing a better job. I think in Bahrain it's difficult to compare, because on my side I was facing issues, and I think it was a very strong weekend apart from that on my side. However, in the last 2 races he's just been stronger. So it's up to me now to work, especially in the qualifying pace, which is normally a strength. I've been struggling to put the lap together. It's a very fine line to get it right or completely wrong on the outlap, and putting the tires in the right window. And for now, I have been struggling more than what Carlos has done, and he's driving at a very high level, which I think is great for the team, is great for me as well. I have been working a lot on that, and normally when I work on points, I'm quite confident on improving pretty quickly. So I'm not worried, but obviously now I need to show that on track, and starting from tomorrow in qualifying.
Thank you. Any more questions from the broadcasters? Yeah, David.
Just a final question to Fernando. Now that you've signed a 2-year deal, what assurances have you had from Honda that they won't be giving you a GP2 engine for 2026 and beyond?
Well, they are winning the championship now, so they are demonstrating that they have the, I think, the discipline and the work that is needed to succeed in Formula One. Obviously, new regulations. No one knows what could happen in 2026, but we are, extremely happy to work with Honda and to be, as I said, works team for a power unit. I think makes a huge difference of what we currently have. So that's a plus, and that's one of the reasons that I stay into the new regulations and to have the opportunity to work with Honda again. And as I said, I feel that we will have an advantage.